Today we're going to look at worksheet 17 in the chapter 1 to 3 Chemistry 1 packet on the metric conversions. In the United States, we actually use the English system, whereas most of the rest of the world uses the metric system. The metric system is based on factors of 10. So whenever you have a unit, you're going to have different prefixes that signify a quantity related to that unit. For instance, let's suppose we're talking about meters, and you've heard of kilometers, which are kilometers. There are 10 to the third meters in a kilometer. Versus if you were going to use millimeters, millimeters are very small. They are 1/1000th of a meter, which means there are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So here are all your prefixes: tera, giga, mega, kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, and femto. And if you want to memorize those, there's a little saying you could say: terrible, great, and mighty King Henry doesn't understand drinking chocolate milk and marshmallows at noon that are peanut-free. That'll help you remember all of them in order. Also note that from here to here, they're increasing in factors by factors of 10, versus after that it goes by factors of 1,000. So the exponents increase by 3, which are factors of 1,000 in each way. Okay, so let's see how we're going to convert from one unit to another. There are actually 3 different ways you could do this. I'm going to show you all 3 methods, and I would advise you to pick one method that you like the best and stick to that method. All right, the first method we're going to look at is the move the decimal over method. So if we're in meters, that's going to be in the unit. And if we're going to go to nanometers, that's over here. So we're going to realize that the main unit is right here. And we're going to move over to nano, which is 9 decimal places, because this is like 10 to the 0. So 9 decimal places to the right. So we're going to change this 9 decimal places higher. So -7 moving up 9 spots is going to be the second. So that's going to be 6.50 times 10 to the second nanometers, which is the same thing as 650 with a decimal point nanometers. So this method, you simply move the decimal over. Let's look at picometers to millimeters. We find picometers. Pico is right here. Then we look for milli. Milli is right here. So we're going to move from pico back to milli. And when we look at that, -12th and -3rd, if we just ignore negatives, we just go with absolute value. 12 to 3, that's a difference of 9. And we're moving left, so we have to make this decimal smaller by 9 places. So it's going to be 4.27 times 10 to the -4th millimeters. That's going to be the same thing as 10 to the 5th picometers. This was the move the decimal over option. The next option is going to be conversion factors, which we just learned how to do recently. So there are 2 varieties of conversion factors. 1 is the straight copy, and 2 is no negatives. All right, so I'm going to use straight copy first. Conversion, straight copy. All right, so let's suppose you're going to do the same exact problem, which was, sorry, this froze over here, which was number 1. All right, I wish I could pause this, but it's not going to pause very easily. Let's try this again.